Welcome, curious souls, to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're embarking on a truly captivating journey into something you interact with every single day. The very language we speak.
Mm-hmm.
You sent us some incredibly thought-provoking material from Sheikh Nurjan Miramati, and our mission in this deep dive is to explore a frankly surprising perspective on words.
Yeah, the idea that maybe they're not just inert tools for communication, right?
Exactly. But active forces carrying immense energy, perhaps even functioning, as the source suggests, as a kind of spellcraft.
Indeed. And this exploration is going to challenge some deeply held assumptions about language.
I bet.
It reveals how its structure, its origin, according to this source, can profoundly affect our spiritual energy, our well-being.
So we're talking about vibrations, energy level.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We'll be looking at these hidden power dynamics in our daily conversations, from common greetings all the way to legal terms. It offers a unique lens for anyone interested in the energetic side of things.
Okay, let's unpack this. This fascinating premise, this audacious idea that the English language itself might be designed with a different kind of power than we realize, one that affects our very vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So the first really striking nugget of knowledge from Sheikh Nurjan Miramati that just jumps out is this idea that modern languages, English specifically, weren't just organic developments.
Right, not just evolved over time.
No. Instead, the source claims they were designed by shayateen. That term describes specific negative spiritual forces or entities.
Forces aiming to subtly influence us, our consciousness, our well-being, according to the source.
And here's the kicker. These languages incorporate a system called spelling, which is, and this is surprising, linked directly to casting spells.
That's a radical thought.
Oh.
Especially if you just see language as neutral.
Completely.
And what's truly fascinating here is the emphasis on etymology, the origin of words.
Okay.
The source suggests that if you delve into the roots, the very roots of words, you uncover their true, often hidden, energetic intention. Yes. And from this perspective, our current languages are designed maybe not to empower us, but to subtly diminish or even destroy us energetically.
Destroy us?
By consistently lowering our spiritual vibration through the words we unknowingly use day in, day out.
That's a truly powerful and honestly somewhat unsettling statement.
It is.
Can you give us some specific examples from the source? Words that supposedly carry this negative energy, how are they considered cursed words? How does this erosion actually work?
Absolutely. Well, the source specifically highlights grammar.
Grammar, like sentence structure.
Yes, relating it to the summoning of demons, casting, and spelling. It implies this inherent link between how language is built and a kind of energetic manipulation.
Wow.
And then there are specific word examples that really challenge our common understanding.
Like what?
Like mortgage, for instance. It's presented as a death contract.
A death contract. Why?
Yeah. Derived from morgue or marg, meaning death. The implication isn't just financial burden. It's that when you sign a mortgage, you're energetically entering a contract that, as the source states, leads towards your spiritual demise.
So like a surrender of life force?
Something like that, yeah. A deep, often unconscious surrender over time through this agreement.
Okay. What else?
Another striking one is lawyer. The source claims it means liar.
Liar. Straight up.
Someone you hire to lie for you. It's presented as a direct connection, the profession to deception, embedded right there in the word itself, suggesting an inherent energetic signature of, untruth.
Wow. Okay, so these common words, mortgage, lawyer, words we use almost unconsciously, are, according to the source, actively working against our spiritual well-being.
That's the perspective presented.
It almost makes you want to rethink your next house purchase.
Well.
But on a serious note, the idea that language carries such inherent hidden power, that's a huge paradigm shift for most people, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Even something as common as saying hello is called out.
Yes, the source suggests it's meant to destroy us and bring the energy down.
Just a simple greeting.
Apparently so. The idea that words we use daily are cursed words, bringing our energy down, making us cursed by Allah Almighty, that's quite a shift in perspective.
It really makes you wonder about the energetic cost of our everyday greetings, doesn't it?
It does. It challenges the seemingly innocuous.
It really does.
Precisely. Because if even hello carries such weight, then the vital question for all of us becomes, how much of our daily communication, even phrases we use without a second thought, might be inadvertently affecting our spiritual vibration, our well-being.
And when you say vibration, you mean?
The source isn't speaking metaphorically here. It's referring to that subtle energetic frequency that makes up our spiritual state. It influences our thoughts, emotions, our connection to, well, higher realities.
So a lower vibration means stagnation, decline.
Exactly. Spiritual stagnation or decline. While a higher vibration signifies spiritual elevation, connection.
Okay. Given what we've discussed about English, I imagine listeners might be wondering, does the source offer a contrasting perspective? Like, is there a language designed for a different purpose?
Yes.
What does Sheikh Nurjan Miramati say about Arabic in this context? Because if modern languages are designed to pull us down,
then the source presents a powerful counterpoint. Arabic.
Okay.
We learn that Allah Almighty sent Arabic and Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, specifically to raise our vibration.
Raise it. So like a divine intervention in communication.
That's how it's presented, yes. A divine intervention in the energetic landscape. This source describes Arabic as a divinely language of power, a paradise language brought onto earth.
A paradise language?
Yes. And even its sound vibration, its phonics, carries immense secret of power from paradise.
So it's not just the meaning, it's the sound itself.
Exactly. This is not just about understanding the words. It's about the inherent energetic quality of the sounds themselves. They're said to literally elevate the soul. The sonic quality is key.
That's profound. So if you want to achieve divinely power, raise your spiritual vibration, you recite in Arabic.
That's the guidance. And the source gives a beautiful example of how this works in practice, almost like an energetic shield.
An energetic shield? How?
First, it's Salamu Alaikum, meaning peace and blessings be upon you.
Right, a common greeting.
It's said to clean our environment and sending an energy of peace, even if the other person doesn't consciously intend it or even understand it. It acts as this energetic shield, transmuting negativity, radiating positive energy.
Interesting. So the power works regardless of the recipient's state.
That's the implication for the environment around the speaker. And the power extends to specific recitations too.
Like prayers or invocations.
Exactly. The source details how phrases like Ozu billahi minash shaitanir regime,
which means
seeking refuge in Allah Almighty from shaitan, those negative spiritual forces we mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Reciting that creates an immediate energetic shield, almost like an invisible barrier protecting the speaker.
Right.
And Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
In the name of Allah, most compassionate, most merciful.
Yes. Calling upon Allah Almighty with his main names. This opens Allah Almighty's Rahmah, his immense mercy and compassion upon the soul. It invites divine blessings, protection. Every zikr, which is a divine remembrance or invocation, and every salawat praises upon Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. They're all said to carry this immense power, acting as a direct spiritual conduit to higher energies.
It's like plugging into a divine current.
In a manner of speaking. And the etymology of Arab itself is presented as profound here.
Oh, how so?
Linking the language to direct spiritual insight, we learned it's connected to Ain ul Rab, meaning vision from their Lord.
Vision from their Lord, wow.
So the secret of Arabic then is that it grants the vision of their Rab, their Lord, dressing them with Allah Almighty's ancient knowledges.
So it's not just cultural identity or history.
No, it's positioned as a direct spiritual connection, a way to receive divine wisdom, profound understanding. And this knowledge, these heavenly vibrations and powers embedded in Arabic, they're presented as crucial for Akhir Zaman.
The end of time, or latter days, as the source describes it.
Yes, meant to empower the nation against the forces of Dajjal.
The man of deceit, or a system of deception.
Identified as such, yes. These powers are meant as a direct counterforce to negative energies and influences. But here's the key.
Okay.
And it's a critical nuance emphasized by Sheikh Nurjan Miramati. It's not just about mechanically reciting Arabic words.
Right, just saying them isn't enough.
Apparently not for the full effect. The source explicitly states that the key and Miftah-ur-Rahmah, the key of mercy, is the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him.
Love for the Prophet.
Yes. Without that profound love, the mere recitation won't unlock the full power, won't open that reality upon the servant, as the source puts it. The spiritual state of the reciter is paramount.
That makes sense. Intention and heart connection.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about speaking, the words coming out. But beyond the words we speak, the source also highlights the profound importance of what we hear.
Very important.
We hear about, the physical impact of ear infections, but also the energetic implication. How Shaitan aims to disrupt our balance, take us out of the game by hitting our ears with loud, horrible vibrations.
Right.
It makes you think about all the noise pollution, energetically speaking, that we absorb daily without even realizing it.
It truly raises our awareness of how crucial our hearing is, not just for physical balance, but for spiritual stability, for maintaining our energetic uprightness.
So how do we protect our hearing energetically, according to the source?
The source suggests cleansing our ears' energy, actively, consciously, by listening to salawats.
The praises upon Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him.
Yes, and the Holy Quran. And engaging in spiritual associations, spiritual gatherings, it's presented as a direct way to counteract those negative vibrations and maintain our inner spiritual gyroscope, so to speak.
An active practice of energetic hygiene. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just what goes out of our mouths, but what comes into our ears.
Definitely.
The discussion then moves to the severe impact of negative speech, like jabat backbiting.
Gossip or was, whispering.
Right. What does the source say about those who spread it and those who just hear it? What's the impact on spiritual energy?
The source is very, very clear on this. The one who speaks you bad, who backbites, essentially eats flesh.
Eats flesh. That's a strong image.
It is. And it's presented as the only way to actually lose your good deeds, your hazanat.
Your spiritual currency, you called it.
Exactly. Your accumulated good deeds from actions and intentions. The spiritual accounting is stark. Allah Almighty takes your good deeds and in this direct spiritual transaction transfers them to the person you backbited.
Wow.
And then conversely, that person's sins are transferred onto you.
So you lose your good, gain their bad.
That's the mechanism described. It's a stark reminder, as the source emphasizes, that negative speech has immediate and profound spiritual repercussions, not just social ones.
And Shaitan loves this.
The source says Shaitan loves this, especially when people talk about holy people, because it burdens the speaker with all that negativity, pulls their good deeds away, while actually transferring good deeds to the one being spoken about.
Okay, that's a serious warning for the speaker. But what about those of us just listening? Maybe thinking we're passive observers in gossip. What's the energetic cost there? Are we exempt?
Not at all. The source says even hearing gibat all day long definitely has an effect upon the soul.
Even just hearing it.
Yes. It's not just news or idle chat. It's described as rumor after rumor after rumor to destroy the souls of people.
Destroy souls. Heavy stuff.
It implies that being discerning about what we allow into our ears is just as critical as being mindful of what comes out of our mouths.
Makes sense. Guarding the gates, both ways.
Exactly. The overall message is that Shaitan is actively trying to pull people and pulling their good deeds away from them through these negative exchanges. It highlights the spiritual danger of participating, even passively, in such conversations.
It really calls for conscious awareness of our energetic environment, doesn't it?
It really does.
Well, this deep dive has truly opened my eyes, and I'm sure yours too, to the hidden energies embedded in language and communication. Based on these profound insights from Sheikh Nurjan Miramati, from the, really radical idea that English might carry energetic spells to the divine power described in Arabic and the crucial role of what we hear as well as speak. It's clear that words are presented here as far more than just sounds and symbols.
Much more. They're vibrational tools, shaping our reality in ways we rarely consider.
Yeah.
The core takeaway is indeed the immense power of intention and vibration within language, whether it's the words we choose to utter, the sounds we intentionally create, or what we allow ourselves to hear.
Every interaction matters.
Every linguistic interaction has a profound and, according to the source, measurable impact on our spiritual energy and overall well-being. It really encourages a more conscious, mindful, and responsible approach to all our communication.
Recognizing its spiritual weight.
Precisely.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now as you navigate your daily life?
Wow.
It means approaching every word, maybe, whether spoken or heard, with a newfound awareness. It's about recognizing the spiritual currency, as you put it, in every syllable.
And consciously choosing.
Right. Consciously choosing to engage with language in a way that actively elevates rather than diminishes your energy and your spiritual vibration.
And maybe consider this as you go about your day. If the very fabric of our common language can carry such potent, hidden energies, as this source suggests, what other seemingly ordinary aspects of our modern world might be quietly influencing our spiritual vibration without our conscious awareness? And how might we become more attuned to these subtle, yet potentially profound energetic forces around us.
A very provocative thought to end on. Lots to ponder there.